Welcome, scholars. I am going to make you a quick video on an example of something to do for a PowerPoint for your written exam for Module 4. Some folks are asking, like, what would a PowerPoint look like instead of a written exam? So I am going to start off here by snipping these shapes. If you don't know how to use a snipping tool, you go to your Windows screen down here at the bottom. Left-hand corner, type in SNIP, right-click on your snipping tool and pin it to your taskbar. You can use it forever. Hopefully you already have that done. So here I am going to my snipping tool. I am going to select these shapes here. All right, and then I am going to put them into my PowerPoint. Right here in PowerPoint, I'm going to Control V. And now I am going to, you see my shapes, how it has a white background. When I drag it off the side, you can see that white background. I'm going to double click, click, go up to colors, set transparent color, and click. All right, now you can see that it has a solid background. All right, you may or may not want to leave this somewhere on your screen. I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and Control C this. I'm going to copy it and, oh darn. Actually, I want to leave it big for the purpose of this. Control C, Control V. All right, now I have an extra one. So I am going to take this one and make it small because I might save that and use it for something else later. And this one, I am going to leave it the same size that it is. I'm actually going to even make this smaller just for safekeeping. Now I have this one and I am going to Control C, 1, 2, 3. I want 4 of those because I'm going to right click on them and then click crop. And I am going to crop each one of these pieces. There's one. Now I'm going to crop the next one. I'm actually taking way more clicks than I need to here. I should have cropped parts of the big one first, but that's okay. Just one at a time. I actually realize now I should have just been grabbing one corner from each. Okay, so now we have 4 figures here. These are the 4 figures I am going to use. And I am going, and there are other ways to get these figures. You can insert, I just grabbed these because they were already proportional. So I select all of them, and now I am going to Control C, Control V. That's Control Charlie, Control Victor. I am going to right click this group and format. Click on this little picture over here. And I'm looking for this transparency tool, which I do not get this option with all of them selected. So now I actually have to, I'm just going to go at about 50% here. So I can just click in here and add a 5. And I'm just going to make each of these at a 50% transparency. All right, now I have a nice set. Now let's look at this. When I take my transparent, all right, good. Because these were added after, my transparency does go on top of the solids. If I wanted this solid, let's see, what is this? If I wanted the transparency to go behind the solid, which I wouldn't because I want my transparencies on top. But in case you had selected them incorrectly, well, let's just see what happens. Actually, let me just take that back. I'm going to take this blue solid, Control C, Control V, and now it goes on top of my transparency because I added it after, you see? But I want this solid to be under my transparency, so I simply right click and say send to back. Most of you probably know how to do this, but if you don't, hopefully that helps a little. All right, so now I can see that I have, or these are all, okay. Let me just move these off to the side because we're going to use these. I'm not going to do all these examples for you guys. I'm just going to do one example and then let you just roll with the rest however you want to. All right, so now I have 1, 2, 3, and then these two are just halves, but I'm going to select those two and send them to the back because I want my transparent one on the top, you see? So now I can easily show that this is one hexagon to every 3 rhombi, and I know they're rhombi because I just Googled it to see how to say it. You can say rhombuses or rhombi. So now I want to do something else. I am going to insert a text box. You have to insert the text box before you insert the fraction. So I'm about to show you. Insert the text box and then insert equation. Insert a new equation. And if you do it without the text box, it will let you get this far, but then you cannot click on insert a new equation. And then click on fraction. If your PowerPoint is small and you have my video on one side and the PowerPoint on the other side, you will only see this tab that says structures. And then you just click your structures and add your fraction. All right, so now I have a fraction there. It's awful small. I want it to be big, so I go back to home. And I'm going to make it like about 36. Sounds good. All right, so now let's say that rhombus or hexagon, I have one hexagon for 3 RH for 3 rhombi. I hope I spelled that right. It's probably still on where I Googled it. Yes, RHOMBI, rhombi. My new word of the day. I know I should know that, but I just always said rhombuses and I like rhombi better, especially being from Tucson where we have cacti. All right, so here's an example of one. And how long has this video been? 8 minutes. So in 8 minutes I did this. Now I can Control C, Control V, everything that I have here. And now I can do all my hexagons, and all I have to do is change my numerator and cut and paste my pictures. So it's real easy once you get it going, and if you know how to use PowerPoint. And if you're Suarez, you will make a presentation where all of these things float together as you are in presentation mode. Suarez, I'm super excited to see what you do on this. All right, everybody, hope that helped, and I'll be looking forward to your written exam PowerPoint presentations. And yes, of course, your written exam, exactly as you have been doing it, is an option. And they're both worth the same amount of points, and you do have to make a Zoom video for either one. The only thing that is different is it's either written or on PowerPoint, but you still need a Zoom video explaining. All right,